Okay, drill number 1 was on adding like terms, and remember like terms in a polynomial are terms, okay, and remember terms are separated by pluses and minus signs, okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms in this polynomial. Like terms are terms that have the exact same variables. The variables are the letters with the exact same exponents on the variables. Okay, so exponents are the little numbers that are up higher. All right, and so you have to look at these 5 terms and see which ones are like terms before you can add or subtract them. When you multiply terms with variables in them, well, not terms, but expressions with variables in them, you don't have to have like terms. You can just use your rules for exponents. But when you're adding and subtracting expressions in a polynomial, you have to have like terms. All right, so if you start out looking at the ones that have an x squared, all right, you have this one and you have this one. They have the exact same letter, x, with the exact same exponent, 2. All right, so this is 1x squared and this is 7x squared. 1 plus 7 is 8. So you have 8x squared. Then you look at your x terms, the ones that have just an x and x to the first power. All right, so those are like terms. You've got minus 4x minus 3x. Negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7, so minus 7x. And then you have a minus 5 right here. So that's by itself. There's nothing else to go with it. So this is the answer for this problem. That's how you add like terms. All right, number 2, you've got, these don't necessarily right now look like terms because they're all kind of mixed up. So what you can do to help you figure out whether they are like terms or not, and by the way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms separated by pluses and minus signs. All right, first of all, get them in alphabetical order. That might help to see which ones are like terms, okay? Remember, multiplication is commutative, so it doesn't matter whether the p, the y, or the x come first in each term. So here you've got p squared xy in the first term, minus 4p squared xy, plus 5p squared xy, minus 7p squared xy. So these are all like terms. They're all p squared xy, p squared xy, p squared xy. Same exact letters with the same exact exponents. This is 1 minus 4 plus 5 minus 7. Add them up. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2. 2 minus 7 is negative 5. So this is negative 5 p squared xy. Number 3, these 2 terms are not like. They are completely, oh, no wonder I missed a term on this one. Just pick that up for you. Okay, so that's the problem. That's what it's really supposed to be. All right, so again, you can put them in alphabetical order to make sure that you know which ones are y terms. I mean, which ones are like terms. So the first one is already in alphabetical order, m squared x squared y. And then this one is 2m squared x squared y. And then 8m squared x y squared. So that's not like the first 2 terms. So these 2 terms are like terms. The last one is not the same because the x doesn't have a square. It has it to the first power, so that's not going to be a like term. So these first 2 terms are like terms. They're both m squared x squared y. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3m squared x squared y. And then the last term is just by itself. It doesn't have any like terms to go with it. Okay, this last one, again, if you get everything in alphabetical order, you can kind of see which terms go together. You don't have to do that, but it might help just so that you can see which ones have the exact same letters with the exact same exponents. All right, so there are, no wait, that's 1 term. So there are 4 terms. All right, the first one, p to the negative, or m comes before p. M, p to the negative 2x minus 4mx, oops, sorry. P comes next. So 4m p to the negative 2x plus 6m p to the negative 2x minus 5mx. All right, so you can see that these first three terms all have m p to the negative 2 x. So they are like terms. All right, so this is 1. 1 minus 4 is negative 3, plus 6 is positive 3. So it's 3m p to the negative 2x minus 5mx. So that is how you add like terms. You need to be really careful with your adding and subtracting so that you don't make any careless errors.